Hello and welcome to Outright. Today, our focus is the ongoing confusion over BRICS currency. First of all, I will tell you what exactly is the confusion, and then we will discuss how India is killing Russia's dream of weakening the US dollar. Now, look at these conflicting reports on a joint BRICS currency. On one hand, there are several recent media reports which claim that BRICS countries are planning to roll out gold backed currency. This report was published on 4th of July. In fact, Russian media has been making this claim for almost a year now. Russian leader Vladimir Putin said in June last year that BRICS was developing a new global reserve currency. Russian state media this week declared that BRICS currency would be the top agenda in the upcoming BRICS meet.
The BRICS group is set to introduce a new currency backed by gold, in contrast to the credit-backed US dollar, with countries lining up to join the growing initiative.
The BRICS countries are planning to introduce a new trading currency which will be backed by gold. More and more countries recently expressed desire to join BRICS.
But the Indian Foreign Minister S Jaishankar earlier this week rejected all those claims. Let's hear it out.
Impacts your life. On what we will discuss at the BRICS meeting, that we'll have to see, because there are many other issues, but there is no idea of a BRICS currency, if I understood your point rightly. That currencies, to my mind, will remain very much a national issue for a long time to come.
Shortly after, the CFO of the New Development Bank, or also dubbed as BRICS Bank, confirmed what Jaishankar said. He said there were no immediate plans of creating such a common currency, but it was a long-term ambition. So, lots of confusion. The question is, why? It looks like Russia is extremely eager to jump the gun. Russia's desperation is clearly visible. It aims to nullify Western sanctions by encouraging the use of non-American currency in international trade. As simple as that. But the two largest economies of BRICS, namely China and India, are not so enthusiastic. For instance, China wants to pit its yuan as the biggest rival to US dollar. If a new BRICS currency is created, it will simply replace yuan and erode its international presence. China wants to force Russia into using more and more yuan for international trade. Now let's talk about India's apprehensions. India will avoid using any currency that has implications for its financial security. In simple words, India will oppose any payment mechanism dominated by Beijing. If a joint BRICS currency is created by the BRICS Bank or the New Development Bank, it will be directly controlled by Beijing, which owns almost 27% voting shares there, the highest. For that reason, India is avoiding using yuan too. India is making just 10% of its payments for Russian oil in the Chinese yuan, and the rest of the payments are being done in Indian rupees and UAE dirhams. Clearly, India is prioritizing UAE dirhams ahead of the Chinese yuan and a joint BRICS currency. Now, this is a setback for Russia because trading in Indian or Chinese currencies is a big headache for it. The Indian rupee is not widely accepted in the world, whereas India generally avoids using yuan for obvious reasons. That's why I have always maintained that BRICS might never take off because of the prevailing tensions between the two of its largest economies. And guess who will be the biggest beneficiary of this ongoing infighting in the BRICS group? Of course, it is the US and its USD.